We welcome you live to Dennis O. Martin Memorial Field here at Bloomington High School, North Bloomington, Indiana, where tonight it is the Conference Indiana opener for the 1-1 Terre Haute South Braves against the 1-1 Bloomington North Cougars. Glad you could join us for North Cougar football on Smtihvile TV. Alongside Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, as we mentioned, 1-1, both teams are coming into this, and it is the Conference Indiana opener tonight.
Yeah, very unusual for these two teams because usually they play at the end of the season. However, down to only 6 teams in the conference, had to do a little bit of reshuffling with the schedule.
Yeah, they usually play at the final week of the regular season. They've been meeting since 2013 when Terre Haute South entered into the conference. They have Terre Haute South leads this series 4-3. North leads it 3-2 in the regular season. Terre Haute South is 2-0 in sectional meetings in both 1988 and 1994. But then they have been meeting the last now 6 seasons. And it's kind of weird. The road team actually has won all 5 of the regular season meetings.
I guess there's no such thing as home field advantage anymore.
Not in this series. As you see, the Terre Haute South Braves coming into the field. They are 1-1. They lost at Castle in week 1, 42-14, and then against Evansville at Harrison, they won 49-14. The 2 times that we've had this matchup, Quinn, it's been entertaining. In 2014, it was 41-31 Terre Haute South with a guy named Tim Herron as your quarterback, who then played 3 years for the Indiana Hoosiers in baseball. His dad, of course, Tim Herron, is the coach. And then 2 years ago, October 14, 2016, Terre Haute South won this 27-21, and that was when both teams were 0-8 coming into that game. So this should be a pretty high-scoring matchup. Terre Haute, or Bloomington North, beat Greenwood 31-15, and then lost to Bedford North Lawrence 55-38. But just like we saw a couple years ago when Ben Friel was a freshman, he's now a senior, but he is out due to injury. Now we get to see the freshman Reese Lozano.
History seems to repeat itself here at Bloomington North, and Reese Lozano has done pretty well, not just for a freshman quarterback, but for a quarterback of any year. He has started this season 20 for 36, passing 256 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Like I said, those are good numbers for a sophomore, junior, or a senior, but those are really good for a freshman who was just thrown into the fire.
Yeah, 2 games in, he had his first 100-yard-plus passing game last week against Bedford North Lawrence. But you also now have a different attack in the rushing game. Ben Heitzink comes in tonight, 25 carries, 297 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was 10 carries for 132 yards and a touchdown against Greenwood. Last week, 15 carries, 165 yards, 3 touchdowns against Bedford North Lawrence. Of course, now the receiving game is different. Jordan McCoy has graduated, and now they go to Nathan Jenkins.
Yeah, Nathan Jenkins is now the top receiver. He's had 6 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns so far this season. He's going to be the one that Lozano's going to look for, especially down the field.
So we're looking forward to this matchup. Also to mention that North has a kicker named Kyle Trilling. He has hit 2 field goals so far, 1 in each game. And against Greenwood, Quinn, the defense really came to play when they had 2 fumble returns returned for touchdowns, Cade Loffman and Xavier Trueblood. So this North, like we talked about last week with Edgewood and how they've improved, it looks like North, at least in week 1, their defensively improved. Now they gave up a bunch of points last week against Bedford North Lawrence, so we'll see which team comes up tonight as we are getting ready with the Cougar Band to honor America with the playing of the national anthem. So we will pause here and let you listen to the Cougar Band perform the anthem. Great job by the Bloomington North Pep Band under the direction of Janice Stockhouse, longtime director here at Bloomington North. Well, Quinn, as we get ready for this matchup here tonight, the first time that we've seen Bloomington North this season, Scott Bless, the head coach, 57-86, 14th year at Bloomington North, 72 and 119, 19 years overall, 4 winning seasons, 2 500 seasons. 2010 and 2013 sectional championships, 2010 regional championships. They were 3-7 a year ago, lost to Bloomington South 34-6. What are your kind of keys to this game?
The keys for this game is basically going to be feed Haitink. He is obviously the engine for this offense, and while Lozano has done an excellent job as a freshman quarterback, you don't want to overwhelm him with too much responsibility. So getting Haitink going early and often will give him a lot of play action opportunities and just a lot of nice checkdowns and take the pressure off of him in terms of the blitz. So establishing the running game is going to be the main thing for Bloomington.
Terre Haute South looks like they've got a lot of weapons. Collins Turner, their quarterback, we saw him 2 years ago. Last week against Evansville Harrison, 5 for 6, 127 yards, 2 TDs, 1 rushing TD. Against Castle, 14 for 20, 143 yards, 1 TD, 105 yards rushing. So he's a dual threat quarterback. Jace Dressler is their running back. He had 18 carries for 148 yards, 2 TDs against Evansville Harrison. Casey Bender, one of their wide receiver threats, also James Mallory, and keep your eye on Allen Hare. Terre Haute North will kick it off in Terre Haute South, will kick it off in the black pants, white jerseys, black numbers and letters, and it looks like a squib kick, and this will be taken by down the sideline, and that is Balin Murphy, number 13 for Bloomington North.
That's what you call a surprise backfiring on you, as that is now given right at midfield for Bloomington North. Cougars start this with excellent position, and now they can really take advantage of the run game, and all the playbook is open at this point.
Reese Lozano, the quarterback, wears number 3, 6 foot, 170 pounds. He goes in the shotgun, just like we saw a lot of Ben Friel last year, and that pass is complete to Cade Loffman. And he's going to get the first down yardage, as nice play from Lozano to Loffman.
And that just shows you how much faith Scott Bless has in the freshman to start this game right off with a nice pass, nice little short route to Loffman, who is able to make the first down.
Now you see Lozano in the under center, and it will be a penalty, as it's going to go against Terre Haute South, and that is a offsides on Terre Haute South. So a 1st and 5 at the 33. There you see Lozano, middle of your screen, wearing number 3. Three receivers. There is Lozano's going to pitch it, and this is a nice run for Nathan Jenkins, and he gets the first down. So Nathan Jenkins with the nice run, not only one of the top receivers, but shows the speed there on that first down run.
We talked all about Haitink at the beginning, and they basically used Haitink as a decoy on that play. Terre Haute South definitely did their homework, knowing Haitink is a threat, and they bid on that play option. And the nice little pitch to Jenkins to the outside got some extra, about 5 extra yards and first down.
Jenkins 8 carries, 30 yards, as we got a Cougar down on on the field, and that is Jenkins, number 9. 5'8", 150-pound senior.
He's trying to, one of those rub some dirt on. You got to be careful. You don't see anybody get hurt. He is
The ball is on the 17-yard line.
the offense or not. We'll hope to get him back later tonight.
The second
That's come off for at least one play, but I'd say
second first down already for the Cougars.
And you know what? He might be. It may not be a knee injury. He looks like he might be.
Lozano under center. It's going to go to Hightink. Hightink gets inside to the 5-yard line.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to mention Hightink is actually a fullback, not a running back.
Yeah, he's the fullback. He's the workhorse for Bloomington North. And so far, Quinn, Bloomington North impressive on this drive with another first down at the 6.
Yeah, this isn't the Bloomington North of previous seasons. This is a team who can score fairly efficiently.
So the ball at the 6.
First and goal from the 6. Put a man in motion.
And this is number 8. And that's Xavier Trueblood, and he's in for the Bloomington North touchdown. So Bloomington North gets on the board first and gets on the board just not even at 2 minutes in. So
barely a little over a minute.
So looks like Ben Friel will kick the extra point. Friel, the quarterback the last couple years. This one's up and good. He's been nursing a foot injury. So good for Friel. So it is 7-0 Bloomington North with 10:53 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Xavier Trueblood, the workhorse running back from the past couple of years, doing an excellent job playing more of a support role, and he was able to get the touchdown on that beautiful play. And the option offense really looks beautiful. You can definitely tell that this is an offense that is tailored to the talent they have around here.
Xavier Trueblood, 9 carries for 23 yards coming into tonight. His first touchdown, rushing touchdown of the season, and already Bloomington North on the board early on. I mean, that was for a kid that's a true freshman. That was one of the best drives I've ever seen a freshman operate under.
And like I said, it started off by asserting his will by, instead of doing what I said, which again, now the second time that I've been proven wrong now this season, plenty more to come, did a nice little quick pass to Loftman, and from there basically started kind of a momentum train that led towards that Bloomington North touchdown.
And here is the kickoff. And here comes Terre Haute South. Ball is loose and then picked up, and then North stuffs him inside the 15-yard line. Looks like that is number 12. Jacob Rutledge for Terre Haute South. So now we'll see Collins Turner, number 11, 6'3", 150 pounds, and a junior for Terre Haute South.
And we have seen Bloomington North on this season. Their defense is also capable of scoring as well. As you mentioned, 2 different fumble returns for a touchdown, so we'll see how they fare up against the Braves offense.
This is a handoff, and this is Jace Dressler, number 21. Dressler is 5'8", 195-pound senior for Terre Haute South. Xavier Trueblood in on that tackle. 2nd and 6, gain of 4 for Dressler. Going to be a shotgun 5 wide. Empty backfield. Going to throw a quick pass, complete. And then the Bloomington North defense, as we've seen, did not bite on that and came up immediately to wrap the receiver up.
Yeah, it was a very short screen pass, but the other receivers didn't do a good enough job blocking because Bloomington North was able to tackle in immediately.
So 3rd and 2 for Turner.
The backfield, they spread them though. They go
3 receivers.
to the right, 1 receiver to the left. They have 1 split back.
It's going to be a handoff to Dressler. He breaks a couple tackles, gets close to that first down, and he does.
Excellent job of realizing that the design path was not there and then turning direction. Sometimes people try to make a big deal out of switching from one way to the other. That was a very efficient pivot to the right.
So Turner is 1st and 10 for Terre Haute North at the 29. Fakes the handoff, going to roll, and he's going to throw it, and it is picked off. Oh, incomplete. That was intended. Cade Lothman almost intercepted it, intended for Casey Bender.
Yeah, and that was a situation where the receiver actually beat the defensive back, but it was an underthrown ball, so it negated the fact that the receiver had actually beaten the coverage.
Lothman already has had 1 fumble return for a touchdown this season in Week 1 against Greenwood. 2nd and 10. He is going to fake the handoff, and he is going to get the first down and more past the 45. So a nice run for Collins Turner, gets the first down out to the 46-yard line.
And there wasn't much space there. He basically just zipped right through that tiny little crack in the offensive line and in between the defense, really showing off his speed on the play.
So a nice run for Collins Turner, 17-yard carry, and now it is a flag, and it's going to go against Terre Haute South. Let's push him back to the 41. I mean, you can already tell, watching just the first few minutes, this Bloomington North defense has definitely gotten better from last season.
They definitely have. Much more disciplined.
As you see the pressure, but then wide open is Casey Bender, and he gets down into Bloomington North territory and goes out of bounds at the 26.
Well, that's the one person you do not want to get free if you are Bloomington North.
Casey Bender had a touchdown last week against Evansville Harrison, and now it is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Dressler going to go up the middle, gets to the 20. Ball is loose. Looks like Bloomington North has it.
If they give them the fumble, and they do. Bloomington North recovers the ball,
and the Cougars have it. So a takeaway. So Dressler lost the ball, and that is going to be a fumble recovered by the Cougars.
And a huge blow to the Braves, because even though it wasn't as efficient and as quickly as Bloomington North's first drive was, they were still getting the ball down the field and looked like they were about to score as well. So that is a huge turn of momentum, and if Bloomington North is able to turn this into points, that would be a huge cushion to start this game off.
Trey Candelaria with the fumble recovery, and here is Lozano going to keep it. He faked the handoff to High Tank, and Lozano kept it. Going to be at the 20, 2nd and 8. But you can tell, the times that we've seen Bloomington North the last couple years, we'd always been kind of critical about them getting stops, and this time they get that stop.
Also want to mention Jenkins is on the field now.
Jenkins back in. Lozano looks around. Now he's got to get rid of it. He does not, and he's going to be wrapped up, taken back inside the 5-yard line.
That's one of those situations where it's a coverage blitz. They have the zone out, so there isn't a particular wide receiver who is open, and especially for a freshman quarterback, that can be a little daunting not knowing exactly where the holes are in the defense, and with pressure coming at you, took a really big sack right there.
Loss of 15.
That's a big one. Third down.
Pushes him back to the 5. 3rd and 23.
As the Cougars have a long way to
Lozano
go
goes under
from
center.
their own 5.
And going to have a flag before the snap.
Flag that's going to stop it.
And the call.
I think this one's getting backed up. So this one's now going to go back to about the 3-yard line.
It's going to be a false start against
2 yards on the full start.
North. Half the distance.
3rd and 25. You don't have a lot of plays drawn up in the playbook for this one. Yeah.
It's going to be back to the 2-yard line.
Back pocket every now and then, but right now this one's just get some
So
yards
3rd and 26.
From your own end zone.
That's a jump. Ball is loose, and Terre Haute South is going to jump on it and recover.
Both teams have now turned the ball over. This one
So what was a big opportunity for Bloomington North now comes back to hurt them in the red zone. Terre Haute South is going to get the ball inside the 10 at the 8.
Basically negated the previous turnover by giving them even better field position than we were at before. And a huge break and a huge stop for Terre Haute South as well. There's no doubt about that. They played excellent on defense during that possession. That turnover basically culminating in Terre Haute South's just play over Bloomington North.
Yeah, so you see both teams so far with big stops as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. As you see, Bloomington North with the gold helmets, maroon jerseys, gold numbers, letters, and the black pants. So Terre Haute South has it 1st and goal at the 8. And there is Dressler with the direct snap, and he gets maybe a yard or 2, and that's about it.
Trying to get a couple more blockers in there. Did a little bit. Was able to get a little closer to the play, but we haven't even mentioned the weather conditions as well, and you can see that a little bit with the slipping on the field. That this is going to be a little bit of a wet game.
There's some there was rain this afternoon, and now it's gone away, and right now it's a decent night for football. There is the carry.
There's a carry this time for Terre Haute. That will not be Dressler. That was
a
number 25, Alan Hare.
Alan Hare with the carry, 25, 5'9", 260 pounds, junior for Terre Haute South. So you got Dressler and Hare in that backfield for the Braves, who can kind of switch off as it's now a 3rd and goal at the 5. So a gain of 2 for Hare. And now Terre Haute South is going to call a timeout. So Terre Haute South takes their first timeout of this half. Probably a smart move. You're facing a 3rd and goal situation. Probably smart to kind of bring them to the sidelines and get something set back up.
Well, you gave the ball away, and then were lucky enough to receive it at the 9-yard line and have been moving at a 2 yards per play pace with only one more down really to go. So it definitely was time for a little bit of a change up. We're going to see a special play probably written up for this one.
As you see the crowd tonight, as you can see the overcast night, rain earlier in the forecast, the Cougar band in the house. As Tim Herron, the coach, he is 18-37 in 6 years overall. One winning season, he was 10-2 and won the sectional championship in 2014. And that one was his son, Tim Herron, was the quarterback. Herron again pitched for Indiana University for the last 3 seasons. 9-3 record in his career. And he had 80 strikeouts, and he was drafted in the 29th round by the Cleveland Indians this year. They're going to throw the play action, and it is incomplete. That was intended for Kenyon Schulte. And now a flag comes in late.
Coming over from that safety spot. I think it was also Xavier Trueblood.
Flag comes in late. That's going to be on North.
So it's an incomplete pass.
Sideline warning.
And goal. And it looks like they will bring out the field goal unit.
That pass was actually pretty well thrown. It just was just a little bit behind. It was above the defender, but just a little bit behind. It hit right off of his hands.
So Orion Rochelle is going to
So this is a 22-yard
kick the field goal.
for Rochelle.
Kick is up, and it is good. And Terre Haute South on the board with Orion Rochelle field goal.
7 to go in the first quarter.
So 7-3 now,
Really a win for Bloomington
with
North.
just approaching the 5-minute mark in the first quarter.
Inside their own 10-yard line.
And ultimately, Bloomington North does come out on top with that exchange, holding them to a field goal. But you can't help but wonder, after the takeaway, basically giving Terre Haute South another scoring opportunity. We'll see how that affects the game down the line. But in the end, the 3 points is a good consolation prize.
Yeah, I mean, at least you came away with some points there. And Rochelle, she will.
I remember, I think it was last year, it might have even been the year before, looking down there, and I'm thinking, that is a big ponytail coming out of the helmet of their kicker. And
Yeah, Orion Rochelle, she will kick it off.
found out that Ruby was the
And she's going to kick it inside the 20. It's going to take a bounce, and then North has to jump on it. Stays in bounds at about the 17-yard line. So a nice kick by Rochelle.
That's a coffin corner kick right there.
And she did that very well.
baseball kind of trickled down the foul
So
line.
Bloomington North will get the ball back, approaching the 5-minute mark, leading 7-3
Jumped on it. Didn't try to pick it up. Anything, yeah, exactly.
at the 22, or at the no,
Beating down on him. So,
at the
first and 10
17.
now, Bloomington North 5:06 in the first.
And Lozano goes under center. We never saw that with Friel. Friel was always in the shotgun.
Under center is Lozano.
And this is going to be High Tink.
High-Tink's got some
And High Tink with the power.
and will
And he's going to get the first down.
12-yard
Yes, he does.
for Ben High-Tink.
Well, the reason why this in particular works with Lozano in under the center is because you have a fullback now. If you're in the shotgun, you don't really get much chance to utilize a fullback. Being under center, though, you can use that fullback to ability because it's the quick handoff before. It's kind of the quick, unexpected handoff before when you're turning around.
Gain of 12 for High Tink. First and 10 at the 29.
In there looking for contact as a blocker.
This
Here
is
he's a blocker this time.
going to be for number 1, Sam Rosinski. First time we've called his number tonight on the end around. 5'9", 157-pound junior for is Rosinski. Another JV basketball player. We talked about Xavier Trueblood and Cade Loffman on that JV basketball team last year for Bloomington North. Rosinski, another one.
So yeah, he's either getting contact.
Multi-sport athlete. 2nd and 3 at the 36. Gain of 7.
By John Blau in the HT today.
Lozano fake handoff, but now there's miscommunication, and Lozano sacked for the second time. That is 28 Devin Rogan, 6'3", 220-pound junior.
Yeah, that has been the running theme so far. Is that the option offense has looked good, but when it's been going off, it has not. When something goes wrong, it goes wrong really bad.
They're gonna mark Lozano back at the 30, a loss of 6. That's the second sack tonight Lozano has taken. Lozano going to get it to Jenkins, but it is going to come up short. Jace Dressler with the tackle. That will be a 4th and 9 at the 29.
We'll call it no gain, 4th and 9.
So
Yeah, they were actually the original line 29. Bloomington
So
North
now they will punt.
Friel to punt. 2 men back deep.
Friel's going to punt. So Friel obviously cleared to punt and kick. He's still not going to be quarterback just yet. Nice punt. And then, oh, beautiful inside the 5-yard line. He picks it up. Devin Rogan picks it up. He's going to get to the 20-yard line before he's wrapped up. But what a punt by Ben Friel.
Yeah, that is. He's definitely still able to kick very well. And what I loved about that is that thing was going full force, and then kind of like how you spin a golf shot, it kind of slowed down as it got towards the end zone.
Yeah, Ben Friel, this senior, still doing what he did a lot of time in this offseason. He was working with Lozano and Charlie Bless to get them ready for the start of the season when he was not able to participate. So he's taking that senior leadership role as a kid that can help these young guys like mentor Lozano and Charlie Bless. 1st and 10 at the 24. They're going to throw the screen pass, and this is complete. And this is John Barber, 6'1", 160-pound junior.
And just enough for the first down as well. Excellent job on the blocking that time.
35-yard line.
So 1st and 10 at the 35.
To the right side instead of the left of the quarterback. Terre Haute moving left to right here on your radio dial. So they come here.
1st and 10. Turner in the shotgun. Going to now throw opposite field, and this is number 81, James Mallory. And he gets to midfield. So Terre Haute South now driving the ball.
Excellent job. They basically flipped the entire play, but the first 2 screens have gone to the left, so this was an excellent time to go to the right, as immediately the defense shifted over to the left, leaving that right side open.
So Turner 2 for 2 on this drive. Gets them to midfield.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Collins.
1st and 10. Now this will be the handoff to Jace Dressler. And now another fumble. Who has it? No indication yet. And they're going to say Dressler kept it. And it will stay with Terre Haute South.
Extra yard on that, so he's at the 47-yard line.
So he gets a gain of 3 at the 47, as they're now into Bloomington North territory.
I won't yell at you for the broadcaster's jinx right there all the time.
So we are under a minute to go here in quarter number 1.
That's Allen Hare. He was split to the left. Now
Man in motion. Dressler's going to keep it, but nice job as Caleb Noah Ponce takes him down, number 16.
I didn't see exactly on there, but it looks like the right tackle was a little preoccupied, letting that edge blitzer get right to the quarterback.
So a loss of 2,
under 16 now, and
as it looks like they are getting ready to just run this out.
Several seconds difference.
But a loss of 2 for Terre Haute South.
Yeah, just pretty much turn around. They literally have to move it less than 2 yards.
And that will do it. The first quarter clock has run out. Your score: Bloomington North 7, Terre Haute South 3 here on Smithville TV.
ATI is a group of highly skilled physical therapists. We have 750 locations, and we have 5 locations here in Bloomington. If you have a muscle deficit or a joint deficit, we're going to treat that, and then we're going to teach you what to do to continue forward without our help. So we want to make you as independent as possible. You can contact ATI by calling our phone number here at the clinic, or you can log on to www.atipt.com and get set up from there.
We welcome you back to Dennis O. Martin Memorial Field here at Bloomington High School North, Bloomington, Indiana. The Cougars lead the Terre Haute South Braves 7-3 as we get ready to start quarter number 2. Glad you could join us for North Cougar football here on Smtihvile TV. Alongside Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, so far we have seen this North defense improve, and we've seen a good performance so far from Reese Lozano.
Yeah, we had a couple of times the option has broken down, and it's kind of forced him to have to take some very big sacks, but otherwise he has shown to be very composed for a freshman quarterback and really adept at leading this team.
Leading this team now a 3rd and 9 at the 49 for Terre Haute South. Turner back. He's going to fire it downfield, and that is incomplete. And that was intended for Casey Bender.
Bender did an excellent job of trying to contort around the defensive back to get that, but it was just a little outside of his reach. So it was a good attempt at that, but probably could have thrown it underneath because he was open underneath that coverage.
He had the man beat, and Terre Haute South is going to go for it here. 4th down and 9 at the 49. Risk play right at midfield, but Bloomington North jumped. As that will not be the. It's now 4th and short. So what was a big, long, going to be a risk play is now going to be at least a golden opportunity now for Terre Haute South.
Yeah, the playbook definitely expands from here. 4th and 4 gives you a lot more options than 4th and 9.
So a 4th and 4 at the 44. And there now it's just going to be a quick kick from Turner, and they're going to down it at the 15-yard line. So Turner looked like he was going to throw it, just punted it, quick pooch kick away, and now Bloomington North will get the ball back.
Part of me wonders, well, that was definitely the play call to begin with, I feel like, when it was 4th and 9. I'm a little surprised that they didn't take advantage of the 4th and 4, but at the same time, they were able to pin them down within the 15-yard, pin them down to the 15-yard line. So overall, I think it ended up still being a really good play for them.
Now Bloomington North gets the ball back here as Reese Lozano under center.
Got a couple receivers out there on both sides of him.
1st and 10 at the 15. Lozano's going to throw it, and that was just a slant route intended for Loffman.
Yeah, looks like there was some miscommunication there because that ball was definitely thrown to a particular point on the field, and Loffman was not there.
No, he was not there, and he had to try to reach back to grab it, and it just was under his reach. 2nd and 10 at the 15. Jenkins in motion. He's going to get the pitch, and he's going to get hit about the 17-yard line.
I'm sorry, the 18-yard line.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 8.
It's right there in between, it looks like.
And here's props to the Braves defense as they have really buckled down from that opening drive where they were basically letting Bloomington North travel at will.
Yeah, 4th drive of the night for Bloomington North. 2nd drive was a fumble, 3rd drive a punt. And now it's going to be a flag on Terre Haute South. So both teams got several offside penalties so far. So it's going to be a 3rd and 3 at the 22.
Ball to 28-yard line. 23-yard line.
So Lozano,
This is Lozano.
and he gets stuffed.
Nope.
No, it's Hightink with the ball. Of course, it's always hard to see numbers sometimes, but Hightink went down.
Yeah, those guards did not get off the ball, did not get off the snap anywhere near fast enough for that defensive line, as there was an easy pushback, and Hightink had nowhere to go.
Had nowhere to go, and now it's going to be a 4th down and 1 at the 24, and Friel is back to punt. And you've got, looks like Rogan back, and high snap over the head, and Friel's just going to, it's going to go out of bounds, and this will be a safety for Terre Haute South. So a safety for the Braves. So it's now 7-5, and now a free kick. It means Terre Haute South gets the ball back.
Yes, 5, probably the most unusual of scores you could see in a football game.
Yes, with the field goal by Rochelle, and now the safety. And now Terre Haute South, as you see the Cougars in the huddle, and now a Terre Haute South will get it back. Obviously, their defense coming after it was not a great snap. So I mean, you start there. So Friel will be a free kick. It's free kick from the 20. And it's a free kick from the 20. So again, you got Terre Haute South going to get good field position here to try to strike.
And again, Terre Haute South again, their defense. I mean, granted, that one was a mistake by Bloomington North themselves, but defense did an excellent job holding them to a 3-and-out.
Wow, that was a great punt. Jacob Rutledge had to backtrack and fell down at the 28-yard line, and that's where he will Terre Haute South will take over. As you see the Terre Haute South sideline, getting the chain crew set up. 1st and 10 at the 28.
Every trainer they got on the field in the ambulance is making an appearance. I'm thinking, hey, we need some backup. 7-5 on the
So here come the Braves out on the field with Turner operating. Looks like Submarine is falling again. Turner going to get pressure, and that is incomplete, intended for Dressler.
That's one of the downsides of, and there is a flag, but I just wanted to mention that is one of the downsides of running these screens, is that you are allowing these blitzers to come towards you. However, if the player in the screen is covered, then you're kind of stuck, and luckily just able to throw it away.
Here will be the run, and that is to Dressler. Gets a minimal gain. Going to be just a gain of 1, 3rd and 9. This is where last year we talked a lot about it. Bloomington North, not so good on 3rd down stops. So far tonight, they've done a pretty good job on 3rd down. And that is the pass, and as you see him getting wrapped up, and the ball is loose, but they're going to say he was already forward broadcast as Turner got it to Bender, but then a nice stop for Bloomington North to wrap him up pretty quick. I mean, he cut off that angle very fast.
Yeah, I was about to say that you
Here's the replay.
I was about to say that you actually jinxed it, but that was just an excellent job by number 27, Michael Barron, to immediately cut off any forward momentum from the receiver.
4 and 5 at the 33, so a gain of 4, and now Terre Haute South's going to punt. Michael Barron, another basketball player for the Cougars, played a little bit varsity, but mainly played JV. There is the punt. Nathan Jenkins got to come across field. Now he's going to just let it go, and it's going to be down at the 32.
We have a flag way personal foul against Terre Haute.
Now it's going to be a
The official pointed towards Terre Haute.
I don't think so. Because the North guy just claimed the number 30 from
trying to see what the flag is about.
against Bloomington, but you might be right.
I could have sworn I saw him point, unless he signaled both ways, but I could have sworn that he pointed to Terre Haute.
So we're still trying to figure out this.
We'll see. We'll get that.
They're walking it off that way.
Yeah, they did mark it. They are
It
marking
is against Bloomington North,
against, Bloomington North.
so they're going to mark
I
that
could have
off.
sworn I saw the official personal foul. And now he doesn't signal the official call, I guess you could say. That initial point was the wrong way.
So the ball will be placed at the 17-yard line of the Cougars. Lozano goes shotgun.
That's just me.
Safety coming into play. Fake
And he's
pass
going
this
to
time from Lozano.
run it, get it past the 20-yard line.
Going to keep it himself to the 21-yard line. Ball
That was
at
an
the
excellent
17,
job
so that's
of immediately noticing that his intended receiver was not open and just tucking it and running, getting some much-needed yardage.
So a 5-yard gain for for Lozano. Second and 5 at the 22. Lozano's been already sacked twice tonight in this game.
7-5
Lozano.
leads and the ball.
There is Hightink, loses it. It is picked up by Lozano, and he's going to get positive yardage to the 40-yard line. So how about that? He recovers the fumble, and he gets the first down.
They'll never admit that it was a mistake. They'll just say that it was planned that way. But seriously, that was a heads up. That was a heads up play by Lozano. Great job of not only picking it up, but then going on the run immediately. He basically followed the blockers that Heintic would have followed if the had a hole in the begin with.
Nice job by Lozano. There is a flag. So we're waiting to see what they're going to do. I think they're moving the
7:42 on the clock. Bloomington North leads it.
chain crew.
7-5 on the Andy Moore Honda Hyundai scoreboard. They start to make steps.
They will
off,
push it back.
and it'll be from the end of the run. It looks like from the 40, they'll spot it at the 30. So loss of 10 on that penalty.
Going to be a loss
But
of
it will
10.
be a first down for Bloomington.
So
North.
still be a first down at the 30.
7:42 here in the second. Brent, we got a slight rainbow up here over the
So
over the trees.
first and 10 at the 30. Lozano under center.
East side of the field.
This is going to be a flag as he handed it off to Jenkins.
Stops the play. This will be false start on Bloomington North.
You know, the one thing is we're looking last year, you know, Friel is 5'10", Lozano 6 foot. So I think Friel was a lot more comfortable in that shotgun where Lozano is, first of all, either playing shotgun or going under center. Maybe a little bit difference in the height.
I wouldn't say there would be too much of a difference, but I definitely feel like the offense is better suited to running it under center. Well, a lot better suited for this season than it was last season, especially with Hightink.
There is Lozano on the quarterback keeper. Caleb Stoltzen on the tackle for Terre Haute South. And it's 2nd and 9 at the 31. Again, but impressed so far with Bloomington North's overall performance.
6:42 here.
Again, stay tuned. We'll have a great halftime feature for you. Lozano now in the shotgun. It is Hightink, and you can just tell Hightink bruises his way past the 35-yard line.
He's the kind of running back that you know that trying to tackle isn't going to feel good.
Hightink, 5'6", 175. So not that big running back, but a bruiser.
Very physical.
Very physical indeed. That's a gain of 5 for Hightink. 3rd and 4 at the 36. Lozano goes back under center. High Tink, but he's not going to get enough for the first down. And Allen Hare with the stop, so a 4th and 1 at the 39 for North.
Yeah, right now the interior of the Bloomington North offensive line is losing the battle of the line of scrimmage to the defensive line of Terre Haute South.
North is going to go for it. Now he's checking the play.
Play clock is at 10.
Play clock at 10.
Two receivers, one to his right, one to the left. They will run the
and
play.
they're going to run it. I don't think he gets it.
And I think Ben Heiting got it. Needed one, got two.
Terre Haute South thinks they have it, but they get the first down with Heiting.
That's a gutsy call.
Very close.
I was about to say something about maybe wanting to go for it, but that was actually very surprising as they go immediately.
And Heiting moves it immediately. Kind of a hurry-up offense there.
So about the 43-yard line.
Usually the kind of hurry-up offense that you see in pro football when they know they got away with a first down.
Now they get it to the 43, so 2nd and 8.
4:40 to go, second quarter. And do see some raindrops falling
Approaching the
underneath those
4.5-minute mark before halftime.
The Bloomington North field, they're on, starting to see that sun go down.
This is Lozano. Going to throw it downfield. Got a man wide open. That is Trueblood. Foot race to the end zone. And Trueblood gets it. Touchdown, Bloomington North. Lozano to Trueblood, and Trueblood wins the foot race.
Trueblood just had it was a nice seam route right down the middle of the field, and somebody did not pick up their coverage. And got him wide open, and from there, Trueblood used some of that basketball shake and bake to get past any defenders and went right to the house.
He just threw it right to him, and that was the right thing to do.
Great play by Reese Lozano. His for the season for Lozano, that's his 3rd touchdown pass. Friel. And that is good. So it is 14-5.
As we see right here, immediately he just goes right up the seam, and the safety is nowhere to be seen. The safety is double teaming on the other end, probably right next to Jenkins actually, and that just left Trueblood wide open. Excellent job by just a great offensive draw up to draw that middle safety out of the way, and Trueblood just did an excellent job turning on the Jets as soon as he got the ball.
57-yard touchdown pass from Reese Lozano to Xavier Trueblood for Xavier Trueblood this season. That is his first receiving touchdown. Of course, he had the 72-yard fumble return in week 1 against Greenwood. So Friel will kick it off for the Cougars.
Terre Haute, just looking here at the stats, Terre Haute 2 scores tonight, and they were still trailing even after the 1 from Bloomington.
And there is the return. And this is number 80 for Terre Haute South. Daryl Cooley with the big return. So good field position for the Braves.
And this is definitely a much needed. This is a drive where Terre Haute needs to have a complete drive, not a get halfway there, lose the ball, then pick it up and score, and then get a field goal from there. They're going to need to score a touchdown right here to keep in this game, I feel, because Bloomington North have a rhythm. They have had a couple of drives that have stalled out, but you can definitely tell that they are the one that are in control of this game.
Yeah, Cougars are in control. Turner in the shotgun. He's going to throw it complete to number 81, James Mallory, with the reception.
And that's the kind of plays that I expect to see right there. quick mention that the South did have to burn a timeout earlier in this quarter, so that is something to keep track of right here in this as we get down to under 4 minutes.
2 timeouts for Terre Haute South. Bloomington North has all 3. There is the handoff for Terre Haute South. Now some little extracurricular after that between Casey Bender and Cade Loffman after that play.
Second down and 8.
So they're going to mark it at the 39.
Snap back to Turner. He drops
There's
back.
Turner.
All
times going to throw it deep. This is, almost intercepted.
Interception is dropped by Zach Good. Another one right in the hands, and that would look like it was almost thrown right
Yet
to him.
another-
That ball was thrown into double coverage.
Yet another pass by Turner that was underthrown. Again, if it was thrown over the top of the defense, that would have been a touchdown. But again, for some reason, Turner hasn't been able to get the exact length on his passes tonight.
No, and Bloomington North has had several opportunities tonight to intercept him, and they just drop them. Turner going to try to get to the sticks, and he does not.
And you definitely know they're going to go for it right here.
Approaching just under the 3-minute mark now with a
4th and 2 now for Terre Haute South.
4th and 2 gain of 5 at the 34-yard line.
Open field one-on-one tackle for Pons hanging on. Collins in shotgun.
So there is
Is all that's out there.
Turner.
They're gonna hand
It's
it
going to
off.
be
This is
Allen
Rutledge,
Hare.
Allen Hare
And the
on
ball
the
is loose, and Bloomington North
ball is
recovers
right
it.
backwards. Bloomington North took that one away. Away from
Allen Hare with the ball carrier, fumble on the play.
He fumbled the ball. I never even saw the ball come loose. All of a sudden, I see Hare running.
And what a
to
turnaround
and then the ball
from
was coming back
looking
to
like the
right.
Braves were going to
Bloomington North, like
get
they
that
had
touchdown
been.
that they need
They
before
took that
half
ball
to
away.
all of a
This
sudden
will be a
here's Bloomington North now with the ball at the 30
They get the ball back
at the
with
38
2:23 to
with
go.
3 timeouts to go.
Yeah, they get all 3 timeouts. The ball is at the 38-yard line.
So 2:23 to go in the quarter. Bloomington North leads it 14-5. Well, the Andy Moore Honda
And they're gonna
Hyundai
call
scoreboard.
a- looks like a-
10 Cougars at the 38.
I think it was an injury timeout.
Took it away. That worked even better.
Bloomington North just took it away. I mean, you can tell that this defense has definitely improved, and they are more aggressive than they've ever been.
They have so much more confidence. Remember a couple years ago when it took them until the second to last week of the season to actually force a punt?
Yes, I do remember that.
They have come a very long way.
a very long way, that's for sure. They have definitely improved. Conference Indiana opener for both teams as the rain falls again here at Bloomington North.
Motion, and
Lozano is going to keep it,
over the feet of his center.
and that's going to get to the just past the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like the snap didn't go as executed, so Lozano just decided to barrel forward with it as soon as he got the ball. Probably, considering the last 2 times where they hasn't gone well and those big sacks, that was probably a very smart move.
Yeah, he looked like he tripped on that play, and he was just able to just keep the ball and get down. 2nd and 7 at the 41. Lozano back to pass, going deep,
Again, he has
one-on-one, and it's incomplete.
Intended for number 9.
And that is for Nathan Jenkins.
That was just excellent coverage by Terre Haute South, just never letting Jenkins break free and forcing the sideline to become a second defender on that play.
It was, and it would be really nice, but it's hard to pick.
As a 3rd and 7.
Man, those lights are different. He goes, they point almost looks like straight down, but they're giving good light on the field. It certainly doesn't look
3rd and 7 at the 41.
interesting. Wonder what kind of technology.
Approaching the minute-and-a-half mark. There's the pitch to
Very
Jenkins.
smart and well-paid people.
Gets a couple yards and brings up a 4th down.
Here's the pitch to Jenkins around the left side.
And a timeout quickly by Terre Haute South to try to preserve whatever time is left.
They are going to call a timeout by Terre Haute South, so that's their second timeout used. They've got one remaining. Bloomington North has still all three left, so this will be a 4th and 5 with 2-yard carry, 2-yard gain. Of course, a reminder that this game brought to you by McRae and McRae Law Firm, serving Monroe County since 1946. Again, glad you could join us for North Cougar football here on Smithville TV. Quinn Saturday, Nick Jenkinson here with you. Next week, it is rivalry week for Monroe County teams. We are at Edgewood next week. It will be the Black and Blue Trophy between Owen Valley and Edgewood. North will host Bloomington South in city bragging rights, so it's a huge week in Monroe County high school football next week.
And it's such a good time as well, especially with both of our teams being much more improved this season, the ones that we cover. Very exciting time. I know all the students are also very excited as well. This upcoming Owen Valley versus Edgewood game is going to be very, very hyped, especially with the new field.
The new red field at Edgewood High School, and you know that the Mustangs and Brian Rosenberg want nothing more than to get their first win on that red field against their arch rivals. So we will have that game for you next week. We are looking forward to that. You know, we've mentioned this in the past, Quinn. North and South, kind of your friendly rivalry. These kids grew up together here in town, your city rivalry. Edgewood, Owen Valley, as Tom Anderson one time said to me, it's like the Hatfield and the McCoys. Black yard, you know, just a war of all sides.
Stick around. We got our halftime show coming
And
up.
you know,
There is no love lost.
no. I mean, those two schools are about 10 miles apart, separated by State Road 46. It's a fun rivalry to be a part of,
Against another Terre Haute team in the
and we look forward to bringing that to you.
Edgewood
Terre Haute South
with the ball game tonight against
sideline, of course, Edgewood is at Cloverdale tonight. Terre Haute North is playing over at Bloomington South. Panthers are 0-2 to start the season, so interested to see how that game comes out, especially if South would drop that, because that would make them come 0-3 coming into Bloomington North next week, something that doesn't happen
and they got a tough one tonight against Monrovia.
very often.
Here's a quick throw.
There's the quick throw. That is complete,
Completed to Allen Hare.
and that is to Allen Hare from Turner.
To the 40-yard line, 13.
Again, Terre Haute South has one timeout remaining.
Set and start on the ball.
And you can already see that the Braves are adapting to the very aggressive hands of Bloomington North and are shifting the ball in their hands away from the defenders because they know that Bloomington North's going to try to pull it out.
Looking that way. And the pass is going
I think that is incomplete. Looked like it hit the. They're going to say that is complete to Bender,
I think he hit off of his shoe.
but it really looked like he just.
It
came-
probably would have been better if it was incomplete for Terre Haute South because they didn't get much yardage out of it.
second and 10.
Over there. The light switch by the door. Closest to the door.
Here's the snap. Here is Collins.
There is
looking,
Turner
fires
going deep,
incomplete.
incomplete
Looking
for Mallory.
That time, this is kind of an inverse of those previous two almost interceptions where if he would have underthrown it a little bit, it would have been right in stride with the receiver. Just seems to be that he's just a little bit off with his timing in this game.
Yeah, Turner's throwing the ball downfield. It's not like it's really been overthrown. It's just the accuracy.
Decides to run it.
So a third and
Get out of it and let the clock run from there.
looks like a 3rd and 9 at the
Stacked receivers on the
39.
Collins, Turner
And
keeps
Turner
himself.
gets
He's
wrapped
brought down
up
for a
by
big
Noah
sack.
Ponce
Noah Ponce gets
with
back
the
in there.
Noah Ponce with the sack.
And that will
And
run out. No, they are going to stop the clock.
I was going to say, is Bloomington North going to go ahead and
Bloomington
use
North
a
is
timeout?
going to call the timeout. That's going to be a 4th and 13.
Terre Haute. So the ball is now back to the 37-yard line. A loss of 3 on that sack as Collins Turner nowhere to
Surprised it took them that long to call the timeout, but Still decent amount of time with about 17.6 seconds left.
So you see Scott Bless in the huddle with his Cougar team. Tell you what, you've seen Bloomington North be able to get a lot more pressure on their quarterback, something that they have really struggled with the last few years.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job with pressure in this game. I said, I've talked about how it's that Collins Turner has been just a little bit off. A lot of that has to do with the pressure. He's just being forced to throw it just a little too quickly.
So this will be a 4th down at the 37.
17 seconds to go here in the quarter. Bloomington North.
I believe this is also going to be the first time that Bloomington North will lead going into half, right?
Yes. Yeah, first time this season Bloomington North will lead going into half. They've been outscored at half 49-31 this season. This will be another short kick from Turner. And now Bloomington North has one more drive with 10 seconds. Do you think they just take the knee here and go in the locker room, or do you think they try to take one shot downfield?
I think they're going to try to take one shot downfield. Just a gut feeling. They literally could go either way at this point, but I just have a gut feeling that they're especially considering what the success they have had so far, especially with the True Blood touchdown. Definitely take one shot down the field, and if it doesn't work out, knee on the second turn.
If we go back to last week, they just ran one up the middle. That's true. Like 70
So Bloomington North 1st and 10 at the 29. It is Lozano in the shotgun. He is going to roll out. He's going to throw it.
It's going to be a low throw. Steinfeld.
And
did they say incomplete?
saying that one official says he caught it, one says no. Now they say no. That was intended for 84, Aaron Steinfeld.
Now they're probably going to go ahead and kneel it out.
Incomplete.
So a 2nd down.
10 still from the 29. That would have gotten them to a near 40.
So one more play here.
Keep it off the turf.
As the Cougars in the first quarter this year coming into the night outscored 13-7, second quarter 36-24. That was coming into tonight.
Wide to the right, Nathan Jenkins in the
One more play here before halftime.
receiver wide to the left.
Lozano gonna throw it, and that's gonna be overthrown, intended for Loftman.
Through the hands of
Now will now be one more play with 1 second left.
You can't get the lateral unless you actually catch the pass. There was a guy coming from behind that was going to take that. The old hook and ladder play, that would have been a good one.
So one more play for the freshman, but he's had a good first half. Other than those 2 sacks, he's had a pretty solid first half.
now Lozano just going to come under center.
Lozano going to go under center,
I think he's going to take a knee.
and he'll just take the knee.
He will. So that's going to wind off the last 10
So the Cougars are going to go into the half with the lead, and here are the highlights from this first half. There is Xavier Trueblood going to the house.
Indiana play against
As you see, the Bloomington North defense much improved, and there's the fumble and the recovery by the Cougars. But then Terre Haute South gets it right back deep in Bloomington North territory. Turner can't find his receiver in the end zone, and then there is Lozano getting sacked, one of his 2 sacks on the night, and then just a bad snap, and it goes out of the end zone for a safety. Turner throws it complete, and you see the stick for Bloomington North defensively. Ball pops out, and then you see again, this is a great play where Lozano just busted play, keeps it, and gets it for the first down after Heiting fumbled. And then nice play to Xavier Trueblood, and then Trueblood just races toward the end zone, and he gets his 2nd touchdown of the night. As we're at halftime, Bloomington North 14, Terre Haute South 5 here on Smithville TV. As we welcome you back to Dennis O. Martin Memorial Field here at Bloomington High School North. Rain falling again as the Cougars are leading the Braves 14-5. Glad you could join us for North Cougar football here on Smtihvile TV alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, a very impressive first half for the Bloomington North Cougars on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, Reese Lozano has really shown why this offense is really starting to click under him. Just an excellent job. There were a couple of setback plays, especially in the option where he had to take big sacks, but you see how that he adapted as the game went along. Had one of those where he actually picked up the fumble and then ran a nice 20 extra yards for afterwards. But the offense, we knew the offense was going to be good. The defense we heard so much about, and I am just surprised. I am just floored that this is the same defense that failed to force a punt just 2 years ago, as they have transformed into a turnover machine.
Well, and the thing, too, is you've got Lozano, a freshman, running this team, running this offense. So here's a guy that's going to be around for a couple more years. So it can only get better offensively as he matures. I mean, this is just his third game as a high school player. And he's done a great job. He had his first 100-yard game last week, and he's at 3 for 7 for unofficially 3 for 7, 69 yards for a touchdown so far in this game. I mean, the yardage unofficially North 158, Terre Haute South 138. Turner is 9 of 14 passing for 92 yards for Terre Haute South. I mean, he's got it to 5 different receivers. Lozano had that one big 57-yarder to Xavier Trueblood. Trueblood tonight, 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
Yeah, Trueblood has done an amazing job tonight. But that was one of those plays where you have to give half credit to the quarterback and half to the receiver, because that was an excellent job of. And of course, you got to give equal credit to the play calling, because that was just an excellent job of kind of drawing the safety over to Jenkins on the left side to get Trueblood open like that. But the thing that, and I was telling you this during halftime, when we were off the air, if not for a fumble at their own 10-yard line and then a botched snap that went into the end zone, this would be a 14-0 shutout right now for Bloomington North. The defense has just been exponentially better than we have seen in recent years.
Well, absolutely, no question about it. This defense has definitely improved, but it's not going to get any easier for really both teams going forward. For Bloomington North, looking at the schedule, next week you host Bloomington South, then you're at Terre Haute North, then New Albany, at Indianapolis, Roncalli September 28th, at Columbus North, and then Southport to close out the regular season. For Terre Haute South, you've got at Terre Haute North next week at home. That must be just rivalry week, because you got all these. You got the Bloomington schools playing each other. You got Edgewood and Owen Valley next week. You got the Terre Haute schools against each other. I guess it's just rivalry week in the state of Indiana next week. Then they come back to play at Bloomington South, then Bedford North, Lawrence, at Brebeuf, at Southport, Columbus North. Of course, Conference Indiana now down to 6 teams, with Franklin Central and Perry Meridian leaving the conference. As you see the rain still coming down. Tonight's games, Columbus North at Southport, Terre Haute North at Bloomington South, and then, of course, this one, Terre Haute South and Bloomington North. Both these teams Class 5A teams, different sectionals. Terre Haute South, sectional 16 with Castle, Evansville North, and Terre Haute North. Bloomington North in a different sectional with the likes of Franklin, Whiteland, Martinsville, and Bloomington South. So it is a 14-5 game here at halftime, as you see everybody, as you see a decent crowd on hand. The weather has been a little bit questionable as well, as we are looking at a couple of news and notes from this week. that big game last week, Warren Central went down to Louisville, Kentucky, and beat the Trinity Shamrocks 42-41 in the nationally televised game on ESPNU. So they are still number 1 in 6A. New Palestine, number 1 in 5A. Fort Wayne Dringer, 4A. Evansville Memorial, 3A, 2A, Cecina, and 1A, Pioneer. Park Heritage, the consolidation of Rockville and Turkey Run. Hey, they are 2-0. They beat Covington last week 52-19. They are number 13 now in Class 1A, but they play at North Central Farmersburg, who's ranked number 3 in Class 1A this week. So their run may be in question now for the new school. And, of course, our reminder next week, we will be at Edgewood, Owen Valley at Edgewood. Owen Valley is playing Indian Creek tonight. They have lost their first 2 at Vincennes, Lincoln, and South Putnam. Edgewood 1-1 there at Cloverdale. They beat Mitchell in week 1. Last week they lost to Northview 42-14. But as we mentioned in that game last week, Quinn, Edgewood's gotten better because the last 2 years they were shut out against Northview, and they did manage to get 2 touchdowns on the night.
Yeah, and the fact is that Edgewood committed also like 13, 14 different penalties in that game. There was a lot that could have been improved on, so the score could have been even closer than that. That's a situation where if those two face each other at the end of the season, like in the cross conference game, that's something that the Northview is not going to want to face that Edgewood team again.
No, and one guy, of course, who struggled last week is Levon Bellamy. He's the move-in from Davenport, Iowa. His cousin is IU wrestling coach Angel Escobedo. But we saw some of Bellamy's, promise that he has. He's a very shifty runner. He can go north-south. He can move east-west. And I expect next week against Owen Valley, I expect him to make a big impact.
Yeah, it's his one and only shot at Owen Valley, and you definitely know he's going to want to make it count.
Make it count. He's probably been told since he got here how big of a game that is, and if he hasn't been told, he'll be reminded next week. That is for sure. So looking forward to that game next week.
He'll probably be reminded as soon as their game this weekend.
Yeah, they're at Cloverdale tonight. If he's not already been motivated, or he's not already been told already, as you see the Cougars warming up, you can see that rain falling. It's been raining off and on all afternoon today here in South Central Indiana. Week 3 of the high school football season, 9 weeks total in the regular season, and then the state tournament starts. So it moves fast here in Indiana, and of course it's also Labor Day weekend, so we want to wish everybody a safe and happy Labor Day holiday. College football started last night. My alma mater, Ball State Cardinals, victorious last night. Indiana down at Florida International tomorrow. Also, arch rival Purdue lost to Northwestern at home. So far in the state of Indiana, I think everything is right with the world in college football, at least in my opinion. I know Notre Dame and Michigan play tomorrow in South Bend tomorrow night. So high school football underway, college football underway. The NFL preseason is over, and the regular season starts next Thursday for the NFL. So football in full swing here as we get ready for the second half. Your keys to the second half.
The keys to the second half is Bloomington North just needs to continue the pressure that they have put on Terre Haute South. It's been a onslaught from the Bloomington North defense. Just even when the Braves do get a big play, there's always that fear of getting the ball stripped right out of their hands. And as I was mentioning at the end of that half, the players started kind of reflexively shifting the ball away from the players because it's become so much of a habit right now where that ball ends up getting stripped from them.
Another thing we should remind our viewers is the home team doesn't win in this series. So hopefully, I just didn't jinx it there, but in the 5 regular season meetings these two teams have had, the visitors have won it every game. So they're hoping to change that. Terre Haute South used to be in the Metropolitan interscholastic conference. That is the most brutal conference in Indiana. All the Indianapolis schools like Carmel, Warren Central, Lawrence North, Lawrence Central, Pike, stuff like that, and they've now moved to Conference Indiana. So we are underway here in the second half. There is the kick, and he returns it to the 30-yard line and pushed out of bounds. 27 is Cameron Rivera for Terre Haute South.
And the key for the Braves in this second half is going to be just not letting drives stall out. That's been a big problem, and holding on to the ball, because mistakes like that have been what have cost them so far in this game.
1st and 10 at the 31. Collins Turner in the offense. He had 92 passing yards. That is incomplete, deflected off 2 Braves.
Yeah, for a second I thought that the other receiver was going to be able to take it, and if he caught it, I think he could have gone all the way to the end zone.
That was a very lucky bounce going for Bloomington North, deflected off 2 receivers there. 2nd and 10 at the 31. So Turner in the shotgun. There is completed by 15, John Barber. So it brings up a 3rd down. So a gain of 6. And again, like we talked about a lot, Quinn, these 3rd down stops for Bloomington North. Been pretty effective tonight. And Dressler, but not that time, as Dressler gets the 1st down.
Excellent job. And that was another thing. They got away from the running game. They need to stick with the running game in this second half.
That gets to the 43. So a gain of 6. Great job by our crew tonight, bringing you the sights and sounds of high school football. And Dressler going to get the 1st down past midfield. And we're starting to see Dressler assert himself here early on in the second half.
Yeah, and what has started here in this second half is that the Terre Haute South offensive line is getting a lot more pushback against that Bloomington North defensive line, which is leading to these nice runs for the Braves.
Here is another run, and it's Dressler with the carry. 3 straight carries for Dressler. And that is a 2nd and 3 at the 39. So Dressler with 24 yards on 3 carries, and then he gets hit as Caleb McCoy gets the stop.
That was just excellent recognition of where the hole was in the offensive line and immediately filling it to go there and stop Dressler right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain for Dressler as a 3rd and 3. Turner shotgun. He's going to roll out. He's got room. He's going to get past the sticks for the 1st down. So a good job by Turner to get past the sticks and move the chains for that 1st down for Terre Haute South.
And he never even got touched during that entire run either. So again, really, the Braves really being much more physical here to start the second half, kind of punching the Cougars in the mouth here.
And this is a run. Dressler. He's had 5 carries in this drive. 8th play of this drive, and Dressler's had 5 of the 8 plays on the drive. 2nd and 6 at the 28. And there is the
on the shotgun snap, just never got any kind of air
Looks
underneath
like
it. Almost came just a worm burner from the center.
Tressler
And that
gets the
will-
snap and
They will just fall on it.
falls up to 33. So a loss.
The center kind of looked up and saw it.
So loss of 5 that time on the play. Third
And
and
here
10.
is Turner,
Over the middle pass,
and it is incomplete,
In and
intended
out of
for
the
Mallory.
hands of, I believe
And
that
he
was
just
Mallory that
dropped it.
that one.
Right there. Even if he did catch it, though, he was going to be about 2 yards short of that first down.
Now a 4th down for the Braves.
11 from the
4th and 11 at the 33. They will stay on the field.
And they did this quite a bit in the first half where they did this and then punted it, but they're going to go for it this time.
Here we go. Turner complete, but he is short. That is to Bender, but North gets the stop, Quinn. Turnover on downs, and the Cougars get the stop.
I can understand why you want to be aggressive because they really got a lot of momentum to start that half, but I feel like just playing field position here would have been the better idea. But let's see how Terre Haute South's defense comes out here in the second half. Let's see if they are able to shut down Bloomington North's offense.
And here is the run.
And here is a sack by Reese.
Or actually, Lozano is going to get sacked. He faked a handoff to High Tank.
He's a big dude. We're talking about he's
Yeah.
a couple of passes tonight. And
Just made the wrong read on the option and basically ran right into a defender.
Loss of 1 for Lozano. 2nd and 11 at the 25.
2nd and 11.
loss of a yard.
I think that's the one thing that they need to work on with Lozano, but there is a flag on the play. I mean, granted, it's his 3rd game as a in high school. But obviously, as you talked about earlier, the broken plays that have caused him to get sacked now 3 times. But I think overall, he's done a great job. And he's definitely the guy that's going to lead this team in the future.
Lozano shotgun. 2 receivers, 3 receivers to his right, 1 receiver low to the left. Take the handoff to High. No, they do give it to High.
And High Tank with the carry.
Gains about 2 yards to the
Off the
22-yard line.
penalty.
3rd down and 14.
So gain of 2 for High Tank.
Now we're at 7 minutes. Still
But this is one thing that the Cougars can do. They can start kind of melting the clock a little bit. High Tank's had 2 100-yard plus games so far this season. Lozano in the shotgun, 4 receivers, 3 at the bottom of the screen. Lozano gonna fire it. It is caught by Loffman. He breaks a tackle, and he gets to the 35, but not enough for the first down.
Excellent broken tackle by Loffman on that first one, but even better job by Terre Haute South to immediately close in on that. Not just, you never want to expect when it's one-on-one to say, oh, that guy has the tackle, you don't need to worry about it. You always want to run to the ball, and that's the key, and that's a key example of why that is always a smart thing to do, because those players able to get there, able to help and prevent the first down.
Ben Friel will punt it away.
It's a snap. Good snap this time.
It is good job by Friel. And he dropped it, but he recovers. And it will be inside the 20. I'll tell you what, Ben Friel's done a heck of a job tonight with these punts in the kicking game.
He has done excellent with some of these punts tonight. Basically flipped the entire field there. That was at least like a 45, 50-yard punt, I think.
He's done a great job, and that puts them at the 17-yard line of Terre Haute South. So here comes Collins Turner.
5:53 to go.
Back to operate. 3 receivers.
Terre Haute standing at their own.
There is the handoff to,
Turner will hand it off
looks like to Dressler,
Moves around on the off tackle to the right.
and that will be a 2nd down.
Has it to the 24-yard line.
Both teams 1-1. This is the Conference Indiana opener. Gain of 7.
Snap again.
And that is Dressler. Gets to the 25. I think when all else fails, you go to Dressler.
He definitely got rejuvenated during halftime.
8 carries here in the second half.
Although they are ready here, still
3rd and 2 at the 25.
snap. It's
Another low snap. Turner just has to fall on it,
is dive onto the football.
and he's going to lose 5 yards.
Second time. That's the second time.
So this will be a 4th down for
1 yard line. They lose 4 again.
And just a very, very depleting
This one away.
3rd down for Terre Haute South, as they looked like they were going to get right back into a rhythm, but now it's turned into a 3-and-out.
turned into the 3-and-out. They will punt it away.
Over and bounces at the 50.
Couple
Takes
good
a
bounces.
Terre
It's
Haute
going to
roll,
roll
and
out of
Bloomington
bounds
North
inside the 35-yard line.
And turns out to be a pretty decent punt, as Bloomington North will take over at their own 35-yard line.
So far in this second half, Terre Haute South turned it over on downs. Then North had to punt. Then Terre Haute South had to punt. So the defense winning in this game so far in this second half.
And already we've chewed through 8 minutes in this second half.
Rain is still coming down here on the turf field here at Bloomington North. This is a new lighting system here at Bloomington North. They've installed the new lights.
It doesn't look like you were pointing anywhere near, like you said, but it does light up the field nicely.
They replaced the lights this summer.
Yeah, it's no red field, but it's a nice renovation nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely. Edgewood, of course, has the red field. We'll see it again next week against Owen Valley. Here is Lozano, and he breaks the tackle, and he gets down past the 35-yard line. Number 9, Kenyon Schulte, was chasing Lozano, and Lozano was able to break away.
That's an excellent example of getting to the corner and getting to the sideline. A lot of people get to the sideline kind of just reflexively. That's a great job of just purpose of using that extra yardage to get separation. And that's a nice run right there by
Hytink. He gets the carry. Schulte with the tackle, and the Cougars get the first down. They're moving quickly now at the 22.
I just talked about how they don't go up tempo very often.
Lozano, Jenkins, or this is to Trueblood, and he gets to the 20.
Able to get a little bit out of that one.
Yeah, he had to. Lucky enough to just turn the corner to get to the 20, a gain of 2.
Ball inside Terre Haute territory.
Cougars are at the 20. So in the red zone.
Here's Lozano under
Lozano under center.
Two receivers to his right, one receiver to the left. Hytink in the backfield.
Lozano,
behind him.
2-step drop, gonna lob it up there. It is caught for the touchdown. That is number 84, Aaron Steinfeld, with the touchdown.
And just the nice fade pass. Excellent job. That is a very high degree of difficulty pass to get down perfectly, and he just landed it into his lap. I can't say perfectly enough. That is such a hard throw to make.
Steinfeld's first receiving touchdown of the year. Lozano's 4th touchdown pass of the season, 2nd tonight. Friel with the extra point is good.
Through, no problem for Ben Friel. And the Cougars.
And now this is 21-5. Bloomington North on top.
As we get to see this again, just a beautiful fade and just a nice bit of a box out right there. I like the little bit of box out by Steinfeld, just able to kind of stick the butt in there and then just create just enough space.
So a great job by Aaron Steinfeld, 6'4", 202-pound sophomore. And he just boxed him out. Again, he's another player, another basketball player. You know, so all these JV guys that have been and guys playing basketball are proving their worth now out on the football field.
Oh yeah,
I've seen a big cougar. I saw the big cougar mascot roll around.
And Friel is going to kick this off.
I didn't see that.
Friel coming off a foot injury in the offseason.
5 to go here. 3:06.
As the rain's still falling.
And Lozano doesn't look like the rain is affecting that throw.
And there is the
Here's the kick.
inside the 5. Here's the return straight up.
For Terre Haute, and it's a pretty good
And
run
this
back.
goes to about the 30-yard line for, looks like Cameron Rivera, 27, 5'5", 130-pound junior for the Braves. So this will be a 1st and 10 at the 30.
It'll have a first down and 10. They actually said it was 46 that made the tackle. I don't have 46 on my current roster. That's
So
why I
1st
said
and 10 at the 30 for Collins Turner.
the number wrong, but they didn't say 46 on the tackle.
Terre Haute South not out of this game yet.
So here's the
Turner
snap for Collins. Turner
gonna
throws
throw
to
it.
his
It
right
is
as
complete.
it's caught by that big
Breaks
tight
a
end,
tackle,
Kenyon Schulte.
and that is Kenyon Schulte.
Shakes off one defender, drops just short of the first down marker. Brzezinski on the tackle for Bloomington.
So Sam Brzezinski on the tackle.
2nd and 2 now after that 8-yard pass.
And they're going to hand it off
Now Jay
to
Stressler.
Jay Stressler.
Looks like the ball might have come loose. I don't think so. They're fighting for it. Jay Stressler hangs on.
That's going to be another first down.
And that is another first down for the Braves. And Jay Stressler getting the load here in the second half for the Braves.
First and 10 from the 42.
1st and 10 at the 43.
Here's the snap.
That's going to be a slant pass
Caught on
to
by
John Barber with the reception. Barber's been getting some looks tonight. The 6'1", 160-pound junior for the Braves.
Yeah, excellent job running that route and a very beautiful pass right in time, right in front of him, so he didn't have to stop his route either.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Terre Haute moving quickly.
2nd and 2 at the 49.
Hands it off to Dressler.
Dressler
Dressler at the 50, churning the legs.
looks like he is going to get just enough for the first down.
And he,
Dressler's been a workhorse for Terre Haute South.
yeah, I think he has it though. Now they do signal first down. Needed 2, got 2.
And he got the first down, and Terre Haute South moves the chains.
1:22 remaining here in the 3rd.
Yeah, good things are happening
Timeout called by Bloomington North.
when Dressler gets the ball.
So we're going to get a timeout by Bloomington North,
Third,
21
1:19
to
go in the
5.
ball game of the 3rd quarter, I should say. 21-5. Cougars.
So
with
21 to 5 here, a minute
this thing on.
19 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Reminder, next week, Owen Valley at Edgewood, the black and blue trophy on the line. That will be a fun game from the new red field at Edgewood High School.
Didn't see something in
Of course, they last week lost to Northview. They want to get that win number 1 on that red field over their
1:19
arch
to go.
rival Owen Valley.
Here we got 4th quarter
We will have that for you next week. Also, Bloomington North takes on Bloomington South. As you see the rain still coming down here, and you see the new light fixtures and the lighting system here at Bloomington North really lights this field up well. As you see, it was going straight down, but it really has done a great job in lighting up this field.
And the best thing is it doesn't blind us.
Right. That's very true.
But in all honesty, it is a really cool looking.
Yeah, part of the renovation here is Collins Turner, and he gets to the corner and gets to the 30-yard line. So that will be good enough for the first down for Terre Haute South.
And this is something, and right now, at this point, the Braves need to end this drive in a touchdown if they want to stay in this game. They need to.
Yes, they have to really, they have to score here to keep this game in check.
Roll the clock.
First and 10 at the 29. Allen Hare with the carry, and there is a flag.
And it looks like I think it's going to be holding on the offense.
See what the official signal is. It is a hold on Terre Haute South.
This is going to be, they signaled the hold against Terre Haute. They're walking backwards. We'll see if it's a 5 or 10. Looked like it'll be a 10-yard penalty, and it will. So likely a hold there.
Mark them off 10 yards.
So replay the down, first down from the the 38-yard line. First and 20.
Now it's going to be first and 20 now.
The clock will wind, under a minute to go here in the third.
Second,
Turner,
first and 19. Turner going to go toward the end zone. He's got Casey Bender, and he gets it for the touchdown. Collins Turner to Casey Bender, and Terre Haute South back in this game.
Yeah, that was very important to get a score here for Terre Haute South, and that was a nice post route, just starting from the right side. Then once he gets to about like the 12-yard line, curving into the middle of the field, just beats his defender, and this time there's no being in front of him or being behind him. He had gotten enough separation where the pass became a very easy target. And credit to Turner, he threw that ball very well. He hasn't had a lot of good. He hasn't had the best of passes, but he did excellent as he drives right in and gets the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, flag on the play. Turner gets the 2-point conversion.
They did get it in, but I
think this is against the Braves. See what the official says. And that is a false start against Terre Haute South. So this will move them back.
They decide to kick it now or still try to run it in.
This is going to be a little bit trickier now. I still think they
will back it up.
Need to, because if they don't get this, if they go for the regular one, it's going to be still going to be a 2-score game.
Yeah, if they.
So from the 8,
they're going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Here's the snap.
Turner, pressure coming. He's got to fire it, and there's going to be a flag, and this is going to go against Bloomington North.
And that was clear pass interference.
And then there's a Cougar slow to get up. Hunter Rodenball, the junior. It is pass interference on the Cougars. Now it is a.
So here is the call, pass interference on Bloomington North.
So that'll be half the distance.
So still not quite where they started.
Now the ball is at the 3-yard line, so you keep moving them back and then forward and all that. So, third attempt now for the 2-point conversion.
3 receivers to the right.
Turner. He's going to get to the corner, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. So it is now 21-13 Bloomington North.
21-13 now, Terre Haute South.
So this one not.
I mean, here's the pass play right here. Excellent job. Like I said, Casey Joyner, again, perfectly timed his cut to the middle. As you see right here, get another look. Did an excellent job just cutting and giving, giving Turner just enough of a window so that he could throw it in there. Here's the bunch of the returns right here, and excellent job right there. Excellent blocking. The offensive line for Terre Haute South in this second half has been phenomenal.
Great job by our camera crew tonight down on the field. Annette Bruner and Nate Alarcon. You also have Clemente Tirado and Catherine Jankowski up top. Rob Ramsey and Ethan Tashida in the truck, doing a great job with our craze and our bringing you the sights and sounds of this high school football game each and every Friday night, and we thank you for all that you all do. So 39 seconds left here to go in this third quarter. First and 10 at the 35.
Really good kickers. I mean,
As I was saying, we've had these guys twice before. We know it's going to be a close game.
It's been a close game both times. Terre Haute South has come out on top both times. There is High Tink, and he gets past the 45 near the 50.
You mentioned about High Tink not being that big guy, but being a bruiser, but not being a big guy. That's where it comes in real handy, because he's able to sneak in between different defenders and kind of squeeze through. That was an excellent example of that. As he fumbles it right
Ball
there.
is loose. Terre Haute South says they have it. No official signal yet. They got to get everybody off that pile.
Says they have it, and they are coming away from that pile.
And they do.
And Terre Haute South has recovered the fumble.
With 2 lost fumbles.
And it is the Braves' ball.
Big turnover takeaway for the Terre Haute South.
And that is a huge momentum shift. We were just talking about how Bloomington North, how Terre Haute South needed to score to stay in this game. Now they have a chance to go. Now they have the ball with a chance to tie the game potentially.
And Terre Haute South now in North Territory.
Bloomington North 47-yard line. That rain playing havoc.
And Collins Turner back out on the field, operating this offense. Out, Jace Dressler gets the first down and more down near the 30-yard line.
Down at the 33-yard line, 14-yard pickup.
So great job by Dressler.
And that's going to end the quarter right there, I think.
And then this will end the third quarter. One more to go. Don't go anywhere. Bloomington North 21, Terre Haute South 13 here on Smithville TV.
Welcome to Technology Powered by Smithville. Let our welcoming and friendly staff help you with your technology needs. Stop by to get Smithville Cellular Extra plans on the latest devices. Get routers and tech products at great prices. Plus, if you're a Smithville customer, you can pay your bill and change services. Come see us at the Clear Creek Crossing Plaza or check us out at smithville.com/technology. Technology Powered by Smithville, Bloomington's communications and tech store.
We welcome you back to Dennis O. Martin Memorial Field at Bloomington High School North, Bloomington, Indiana. Bloomington North on top 21-13 against Terre Haute South, but the Braves are driving here as we start the fourth quarter. Glad you could join us for North Cougar football on Smithville TV. I am Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday. And Quinn, right now the momentum has shifted to Terre Haute South.
And it all started at the beginning of this third quarter when Jace Dressler, who must have been given a really good pep talk during halftime, has come out as a wrecking ball, as here he comes again, getting a nice couple of 3-4 yards out of nothing. He was a huge part of this turnaround for Terre Haute South in the third quarter.
Just a gain of a yard for Dressler as he gets down to the 32-yard line. He has been a workhorse.
Last week, game, yeah, over 100, just over, right at 148. Collins Turner gives the handoff.
Turner is going to give it to Dressler again. He gets stuffed.
And another thing was that the offensive line for Terre Haute South was excellent in the third quarter. But right now, those first two plays there for Bloomington North, they are trying to retake control of the line of scrimmage. We'll see how it pays off right now on this third down, especially in a passing situation.
Big third down play for Terre Haute South. No gain on that play for Dressler. 3 straight carries for Dressler. Turner shotgun, 3 receivers top of the screen. Turner looking. He is now going to take off, and he's going to get it to inside the 20-yard line. That will be good enough for the first down for Collins Turner.
Sometimes those receivers, when they go deep like that, that just gives just enough room for the quarterback to be able to scramble out just enough to get to a first down. That was excellent recognition by Turner.
13-yard pickup for Turner. And Terre Haute South in the red zone now at the 19. Turner gets it to Dressler, and he gets down near the 15.
Short of the 15, they'll stop him at the 16-yard line, so a gain of 3.
You can tell that the bread and butter right now for Terre Haute South is that run game.
And that's what I was mentioning in that first half. They got a little bit away from that. They threw about 15 times in that first half. That is definitely not how they want to play. They want to run it like they are right now.
There is Dressler inside the 10-yard line. He's had 5 carries in this drive.
I think he just pawed you.
Gain of 6.
Carry that time to Dressler, took him down to the 10-yard
3rd and 1.
Gain of about 6 that time. 3rd and 1.
Getting under 10 minutes now.
Yeah, under 10 minutes to go.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Collins.
Trying to
Turner.
get
Shotgun
the
is Dressler in the
crowd
back.
fired up. Dressler stuffed.
Stood up in the backfield.
Great job by the North defense to stand Dressler up. Trey Candelaria has made an impact on defense. He's gotten a fumble recovery tonight. He's done a great job, and he has a big stick on Dressler on that play.
Yeah, as I said, the defensive line is starting to retake control of the line of scrimmage. And right there, the guards were not ready for those defensive tackles at all.
Not at all. Weren't ready for that. Lost of 2. 4th and 3 at the 12, but they're going to go for it.
See if the Cougars come with the blitz again this time. Shotgun.
Turner going to take off to the 10. Going to try to get inside the 5, and he gets knocked out of bounds inside the 5.
And it looked like they got away with a bit of a hold by the left tackle.
Xavier Trueblood, I think that's Trueblood that laid that hit.
As we go ahead and take the replay right here, yeah, that was a little bit of a hold right there by number 9, but able to get away with it, and just an excellent job by the quarterback to get it down to the goal, near the goal line, and they keep the drive alive.
1st and goal at the 2, and Dressler gets stuffed again. Second and goal.
If they get this in, do you think they're going to go for 2?
Yes. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark.
Take a shot in the dark.
Go ahead.
Second and goal.
At the 1.
And you got to think about the defense right now for Bloomington North has got to be very tired.
And they do not get it. Dressler again.
Bloomington North defense, goal line defense.
8 carries for Dressler. This will be the 11th play of this drive for Terre Haute South.
Yeah, and as we get under 8 minutes now, like I said, the time of possession has heavily been in favor of Terre Haute South.
Way behind the line. This is going to be a sideline penalty against Terre Haute South.
Now a sideline warning against Terre Haute South.
2 flags on that one. I think both of them signaling the same.
And that's going to move the ball back a little bit, which might actually help in this situation because it's going to give them a little bit more room to operate. It's as weird as that sounds, being too close to the goal line could sometimes be a problem for an offense.
Well, it's going to give Turner the chance to either take off and run or make a good throw, or give Dressler plenty of running room to operate.
So they lost 5 yards on that one. That's a big 5
That
yards.
is yes.
Third
So
and
now, instead of being about on the 1 yard line, they're going to be on the 6. So, loss of 5 on the sideline warning. Rare do you see that penalty actually called. Yeah.
So a
You see the
penalty
sideline
for
warnings every once in a while,
Terre
but
Haute
rare that it's
South.
actually a penalty called. So it's 3rd and goal again, this time from the 6 yard line. 7:46 to go here in the quarter. This has been a long drive, taking almost 5 minutes off the clock.
again, the Turner coming to the huddle.
Whistle blows to start the 25-second clock and the game clock. So
Ball is at the 6.
starts winding.
Again, great job by our crew tonight, braving the rain.
Rain coming down here. Terre Haute lines up.
Here we go, Turner under center. Haven't really seen that much tonight. Rolling, gonna throw it toward the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown, and it is Kenyon Schulte for the touchdown.
You mentioned it, giving him a little bit of extra room. You're kind of forced to have to kind of like go right at the middle because you know the defense is going to be blitzing you. With that little extra room, there's a little bit more area that they need to cover. Able to roll out and get a nice touchdown, and now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game.
Kenyon Schulte, a big guy. Now there's a injured Cougar on the side, or down on the field.
So Terre Haute is going to get.
While we have a moment, we want to thank our crew behind the scenes, the hardworking women and men bringing you the sights and sounds as Hunter Rodenball gets up of high school football here on Friday nights. Rob Ramsey, our technical director in the truck. Ethan Tashida doing the replays, doing an excellent job. Annette Werner and Nate Alarcon on the field with the cameras, and then up top, Catherine Jankowski and Clemente Tirado doing a great job as well. You and I in the booth, and again, we can't do it without our crew each and every Friday, so a big thank you for them for everything they do behind the scenes. Great job as always. 2-point conversion, Turner, and he is going to get it, but there is a flag.
We have another flag on the play. This is going to be 2-point conversion is good, and now
But they're going to call. So Turner gets the 2-point conversion. He is talking to Scott Bless.
This official probably talking with Scott Bless, asking him what he wants to do here. Maybe the official, before he ever signaled the penalty, immediately came over and
As you see down at the bottom of the screen, the official talking with Scott Bless.
Is this a sideline penalty on Bloomington North, perhaps?
Looking at that.
And it is good. The extra point is good. The penalty is on Bloomington North, so this is tied.
21-21.
So tied at 21.
After that 2-point conversion, Terre Haute South.
So 7:19 to
Touchdowns
come.
here in this second half to get this back. Both of them
So
on 2-point
what an
conversions
excellent
as
game
well.
as Terre Haute South has come all the way back.
And as you mentioned, get that extra, just a beautiful catch on the run, as you see, having just enough pass right there to the back of the end zone.
The jumping in front of that one was the South safety, or the Bloomington North safety.
And then the excellent job right there, trying to dive into the end zone. Basically the exact same 2-point conversion play that they scored on the first time.
Yeah, great job by Collins Turner tonight. Has led Terre Haute South back to a 21-21 tie here with 7:19 to go. Here is the squib kick. This is taken by 13, Balin Murphy for Bloomington North.
Murphy on the return for Bloomington North. There's a decent field position.
As we are getting to crunch time now, 1st and 10
39-yard line, 1st and 10.
at the 39 for Bloomington North.
7:15 to go, all tied up at 21-21.
What a great game
Led at 14-5 at halftime.
here in week 3 of the high school football
16
season.
straight points from Terre Haute
Lozano,
tied this one up.
shotgun, 4 receivers.
Lozano, snap, quick fire over to the right side.
And it is picked off.
It is intercepted.
And that is the big guy, Kenyon Schulte.
Schulte just immediately read the screenplay and intercepted it right at the line of scrimmage.
Jumping the route, Kenyon Schulte takes that one
So
away.
Schulte takes that one away, and now Terre Haute South has the chance.
And an interception.
Again,
And
mistakes.
this is really huge because we just mentioned how long these drives have been for Terre Haute South. This Bloomington North defense is exhausted right now. This is a huge, huge play right now, and Terre Haute South could really put their stamp, could really put the throat to the foot, so to say, right here.
There is,
32-yard line.
looks like Dressler with the carry,
To their tailback, Chase Dressler.
and that, I think that's where they're going to go most of this drive, is right with Dressler.
They're going to take as much time as they can and make a tired defense even more tired.
Bloomington North does have 2 timeouts. Terre Haute South has all 3
Flag was.
timeouts left.
Two-point conversion, by the way. Here's the hit ball.
And now the ball is loose, and it goes back to Bloomington North.
Hit. Was that number 12, Charlie Bless, that knocked that one loose? Oh,
I think he was down.
they're going to say he was down.
Yeah, he looked like, I was going to say something. It looks like his knee was down before it came out.
So he is down.
I thought so, too. I don't know if we're going to get a replay of that one or not, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. Ball is at the 20. The ball is at the 31-yard line.
So here we go, 3rd and 7, Turner shotgun. Ball was down.
Pass caught and driven back. After
Schulte
the catch was
gets
made,
the
Schulte
reception, stays inbound, so the clock continues to roll.
will run for Terre Haute on 4th down. Schulte made
And now this is going to be a very interesting scenario right here with 4th and 5 if they're going to go for it here.
I think we're going to get it. Keep looking over here at the Smtihvile screen. I haven't seen it yet.
4th and 4 at the 27.
Tied up 21-21. Terre Haute South has it 4th and 5 from the 27.
The rain keeps coming down.
Yes, it is. It's raining
Crowd has
hard.
not left, and now a timeout.
And we're going to have a timeout called by Terre Haute South.
It will be on timeout against Terre Haute South.
5:15 to go.
Again, both teams 2 timeouts left to go. 21-21.
Time remaining.
What a game this has been, back and forth, both teams.
Turned into a good football game, Brett.
Yeah, I mentioned in the first half this was 2 big Cougar mistakes from being a shutout in the first half, and it cannot be understated how well Terre Haute South has been in the second half, clawing their way back into this game.
Clawing their way back into this game. 5-18. It's been a good play both ways. As you see, the
Both teams' defenses have 3 takeaways.
rain keeps coming. Again, a great job by our crew braving the weather tonight. Doing a great job as always
2 for Bloomington North. That last one, it should have been a
on this
turnover.
Labor Day weekend. Again, want to wish everybody a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. And glad you could join us tonight for high school football. 4th and 4 at the 27. Terre Haute South going for it. Turner gets pressure, has to throw it, and it is incomplete. Turnover on downs, but they call a flag.
Oh, it looks like they're going to call a roughing
But
the
holding on, no, it's a holding on Terre Haute South.
I was afraid of that.
I was thinking it was going to be a late hit, but the official signaled holding,
Afraid of that, or a helmet to helmet or something.
and they're going to decline this.
So Bloomington North does their job on defense, gets the big stop on
And now
third down.
North will get the ball back.
First and 10.
Bloomington North football.
So how about that? It's just Lozano gets intercepted, and then Terre Haute South cannot convert.
Yeah, that was just pure guts from the defense preventing that score.
This is a sign of how much better this defense has become. They have really worked hard in this offseason.
Their last two possessions, though,
You have to remember, this is a team 0-10 in 2016, 3-7 a year ago.
Last drive before that was their touchdown.
Looking to
First
go
and 10.
2-1 on the
5:14
season.
to go in the fourth.
High
There's
Tink
the carry for Ben
gets it
Heitink.
near the 35.
33-yard line, gain of 6.
So a good job by High
Second
Tink.
down and 4.
Gets 6, second and 4 at the 33.
21-21, 4:54 to go here on the Andy Moore Honda Hyundai scoreboard.
Coming down to crunch time.
All knotted up between the Cougars and the Braves.
Lozano
Alongside Brent Renard here tonight. Brent, this is
under
a
center.
game. See what the Cougars can do here on second down. Kind of
Lozano
misdirection.
misdirection,
Lozano
and he gets
almost kinda turned
knocked
into a busted
down.
play after the misdirection, and he will be dropped for about
Gets
a 2-yard
dropped.
loss there.
Yeah, that misdirection did not work.
And we've seen that a lot tonight, where it hasn't worked for Lozano. Something that he'll work on this week and practice as he loses 2 on that play.
That's going to bring up a tough third down here for Bloomington North.
3rd and 6 at the 31.
And this is very important because, as I mentioned, the defense really gutted out that last drive. They need a rest.
The defense has been on the field a lot. Here's Lozano,
He's going to fire, pass,
and that is caught for the first down. Aaron Steinfeld with the catch, and he got a man draped all over him.
Daryl Cooley nearly knocked that one away.
Again, using those box out techniques.
Yeah, nice job by Aaron Steinfeld, and they get the Cougar first down.
That's that generous part right there. 1st and 10. Ball is sitting right
At the 40-yard line. North keeps this drive alive.
So, yeah, 9-10 yards. 1st and 10.
Lozano under center.
Lozano. They'll give it to Heitink.
Heitink.
Goes up the middle.
Just gets a couple years, but now a possible fumble.
I didn't either.
I don't see.
I guess the officials.
And they're going to roll Heitink down.
So Heitink was down if the ball did come loose. Tough to tell. 3 minutes remaining. Heitink got 2 yards on it.
So a +2 for Heitink.
Cougars in kind of one of those awkward positions here. You've got to score, but you also don't want to leave too much time on the clock.
2nd and 8 at the 42. Coming down to the wire.
Score with 2:45 to go.
Think blesses.
One receiver is all that's out there. A couple of split backs.
It's going to give it to Jenkins.
To the right split back, coming left on that end around play.
And he gets
is number 8,
knocked.
Nathan Jenkins.
Be a 3rd down. Jenkins gets a yard.
And this is where we're going to see Reese Lozano, the freshman quarterback, see where his moxie is right now. See if he has that it factor here in the clutch right now. This is his play right here.
This is his time to shine, that's for sure, as the freshman. 3rd and 7, gain of 1. 43-yard line. Lozano shotgun. Gonna roll. Gonna throw it. Oh, and just in and out of the hands of Aaron Steinfeld.
Aiden Mack, number 18, did an excellent job getting the hands up and causing that to be misdirected just a little bit. That was just excellent defense.
So now Bloomington North is going to have to punt here. As 4th and 6.
So here's the punt.
Friel is going to
It's
punt it
another
away.
really good punt. He boots
He's
this
had a
one
great punt.
over the
Takes
head,
him back to the
inside
10.
20.
Now they got to
Return
chase
for
him.
Darryl Cooley.
Darryl
And
Cooley
Cooley's
gets
gonna get a good
past the
return after
25 and
that
knocked out of bounds,
inside the 15.
close to the 30.
Turns it to the 29-yard line.
They could have pinned him way down there, but North's coverage kind of overran.
So Cooley with the
able to make a guy miss,
return,
get about 20 yards on the return.
1:45
and
remaining
we're under
here in
2
the
minutes to go here in this tie ball game. In regulation, mind you.
Yes. 2 timeouts left for both teams.
21-21
2 timeouts
is your
remaining.
score. Looks like both
And when these teams
with
both have 2 timeouts,
apiece.
this is where this minute 45-7 could take forever with timeouts and everything else. Maybe not as bad as basketball, but here is Turner. Now he's going to have to take off, and he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get no gain that time. That's kind of one of those no gain tackles.
Just great coverage downfield and just wasn't able to get around.
And now we have an
offensive
injured
line.
Cougar,
Stop.
and that is Hunter Rodenbaugh, 44.
Short injury timeout here.
So Rodenbaugh is down.
Here in the ball game. If we do go into overtime, Kyle, why don't you go ahead and set me up with a 60-second break? We'll take that if we go into overtime here.
So we have a minute and a half to go in regulation.
Appreciate it.
Both teams 1-1, Conference Indiana opener.
As always, Kyle, we appreciate you.
We have 6 teams in the conference. Terre Haute North playing at Bloomington South tonight. Columbus North playing Southport. Franklin Central, Perry Meridian have both left the conference. So it's down to 6 teams. Next week, rivalry week, Edgewood, Owen Valley, Bloomington South at Bloomington North, and Terre Haute North and Terre Haute South play each other. Here we go, 2nd and 10 at the 29.
Shotgun formation
Turner.
for Terre Haute.
And now
They
a
have
flag
on the
flies.
play. False start. Terre Haute's
And that
going
is
to
going to
5 yards.
be a false start on the Braves.
2nd down and 15 makes that kind of in a tough spot right now.
And we're kind of in a weird kind of situation where neither team, where it's very hard to decide when to take a timeout because you want to save time on the clock for you, but at the same time you don't want to give too much time to the opponent as well.
Yeah, that's very true. It's kind of the cat and mouse game. Dressler up the middle, and he's going to get taken down. Now we're going to see a timeout from Bloomington North.
Sorry, the 26-yard line. Wrong marker there. And looks like we're going to have a timeout with 1:08.
So Bloomington North 1 timeout, Terre Haute South with 2 timeouts. A reminder, this game brought to you by McCray and McCray Law Firm, serving Monroe County since 1946. McCray and McCray Law Firm.
Stop here on 3rd down, get this one
So as
back.
we're down here in the final minute 8 before of regulation, what do you expect from Terre Haute South? Do you think they air it out? Do you think they maybe try to just get some yardage? And
I think that they play, at this point right now, I think they play it safe. I think that they try to go for overtime right now. They're too deep in their own territory to try something, because if they turn the ball over like it's a strip fumble or an interception, that puts them near field goal range. And with still a timeout left, I think they play it safe here, try to push the ball back over to the other side of the field, and then try to play for overtime.
gain of 2. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 13. There is Turner. He's going to take off. Got to get some blocks, and he does not. And that is going to be down for a 4th down.
Very safe play, just like I said. And this will also force Bloomington North to have to burn their final timeout as well.
Sam Rudzinski was in on that stop.
Terre Haute.
And now the Cougars have burned their final timeout.
Shouldn't be a tough decision to make. You kick this one away as far as you can.
Kick it as far as you can, but North
So we got a minute 1 to go here in regulation.
I say tough because
Again, in the last 5 meetings, regular season meetings, back to 2013, the home team has not won. It has been the road team each and every time. Bloomington North trying to change that.
I have this weird feeling that somebody reminded Terre Haute South that in the second half. That's why they've done so well in the second half.
Secure the football on the kickoff. Give your offense an opportunity.
I mean, Jace Dressler definitely woke up in that second half with the he's been carrying the workload for the Braves. As you see, Lothman firing up the student section and the North fans, and nobody's really left. Everybody has stayed.
Offense comes out kind of more traditional. Collins Turner.
A 4th and 12.
Collins Turner is going to punt this one away.
Offense is out, but I expect it to be a punt.
Yeah, Turner is up, but North just jumped.
That's not going to do enough to force them to go for it,
Garrett
though.
Bruce, 22, jumped. But that's just a 5-yarder.
What it does do, though, is pushes back the possible punt yardage.
7 now from the 20.
Turner's still out there.
29-yard line. No, I'm sorry, the 32-yard line. Here's the kick from Collins Turner. It's going to bounce at the 40 and take a good.
Turner's going to get a good bounce, and it's going to be down at the 24.
50 seconds remaining. Cougars will have a couple of opportunities, but no timeouts remaining.
So now Bloomington North's got to go the length with no timeouts remaining.
You got to play it safe. You got to make sure they're going to punt.
And now this is also another situation where if you're Bloomington North, especially since you've had so many fumbles at the line of scrimmage, do you also take this to overtime as well?
If it looks like it's anywhere you can't get to it, just get away.
I think you play it safe, but I think you try to take at least 1 or 2 shots.
50 seconds on the clock.
Lozano shotgun.
Tie ball game.
And it is Lozano on the keeper, and he gets near the 35. Don't know if they're going to mark him down with first-yard products.
42 seconds to reset the change. Cougars have to be ready.
And
he does get the first down.
11-yard pickup for Lozano.
So a 11-yard pickup for Lozano. And then he downs it, but then there's a flag.
I don't think everyone was set.
If you're a quarterback, you have to look around. You have to make sure you're set.
That was just a freshman mistake, not noticing that his team was set up.
Maybe the first time he's been put in that situation.
So that will be Lozano spiked it, but not everybody set.
It looked like he was going to spike that one.
Oh, he was. He was going to spike it, but you still have to be set before you snap it.
And that is going to push them back 5 yards.
On the Cougars.
It was one of his guys that had to be on the line of scrimmage, so it wouldn't have mattered.
First and 15 at the 30.
Legal formation, anyway. Now the clock's running.
Clock is moving. Bloomington North gets up there. Under 30 to go. They've got 70 yards of field.
And here is Lozano.
Here's the snap. Lozano.
He's going to throw it. It is caught to Lothman, the pitch to True Blood, and he gets out of bounds.
At the 44.
So a nice heads-up play by Lothman to pitch it to True Blood
They ran pretty well.
behind him.
We know that as the hook and ladder play that Boise State ran once upon a time back when they were underdogs. But beautiful play, always an inspiration, and such a great play to run. Now here comes one more thing. They're going to need to throw it to the sideline and get it out of bounds.
Yeah, just 14 seconds left. Lozano going to roll. And he's looking, and he does get out of bounds. Steinfeld gets out of bounds. Heads-up play by Lozano to find Steinfeld on the sideline. He catches it and goes right out of bounds immediately.
Excellent. Steinfeld only a sophomore. I could see these two becoming a player to be reckoned with in the future.
Absolutely. I mean, that's this is you're looking at what the future of Bloomington North football looks like, and it's going to look very bright with Lozano at quarterback.
However, you're at the 43-yard line, so you're going to have to try to get get about 10 yards very fast.
Lozano going to the sideline again, and he gets the first down. That is Aaron Steinfeld with 4.7 left.
Basically ran the exact same play, and I mean, credit North for exploiting that, but Terre Haute South should not have allowed that to happen a second time in a row.
31. That was a 12-yard pass that time. First and 10 from the
now with 4.5 seconds left.
And it looks like that Ben Friel is going to try the field goal.
A 48-yard field goal.
48-yard field goal for Ben Friel. And it looks like Terre Haute South is going to call the timeout.
And Friel he's obviously got the kicking leg back and is doing well because he's been kicking some 50-plus yard punts today. So
he's done a great job. He had an off-season foot injury. He's coming off of it. He's lost the starting job to Reese Lozano, quarterback, but he's done a great job so far. Kyle Trilling had hit 2 field goals earlier, once against Greenwood, once against Bedford North Lawrence. Trilling also a freshman. So if you think about it, these underclassmen for Bloomington North have really stepped up. Friel is a senior.
The radio guys mentioned something to our radio guys mentioned Friel also has the opportunity to throw it as well.
That's very true. He can. It can be a trick play as well. But now they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna go back. But Terre Haute South calls another timeout. Terre Haute South had 2 remaining.
Terre Haute have 2 remaining? Yeah. Okay. I thought they just had only the 1.
And so they then bring out Lozano. After they set up Friel, they called the timeout. Now we'll see what they come up with this time. Getting a great job by our crew bringing you the sights and sound of high school football tonight. Again, a big thank you, Rob Ramsey, Ethan Tashida, Nate Alarcon, Annette Bruner, Catherine Jankowski, and Clemente Torrado, all bringing you the sights and sounds, braving the elements tonight. You and I here in the booth. This is coming right down to the wire. Lozano's out on the field.
Lozano, your quarterback. He'll have a man in the backfield with him is Ben Heiting.
They're going to try to do something real quick.
To the left, 1 receiver.
4 seconds
Steinfeld
to
is to
go.
the bottom left.
Final play of regulation.
Here we go. Lozano got to throw it, going toward the end zone, and it is incomplete, and we are going to go to overtime.
All tied up, 21-21.
So we are going to go.
It was the right play. Yes, he overthrew his receiver, but he needed to give him an opportunity.
So we are going to go to overtime. Terre Haute South, Bloomington North, tied at 21 here on Smthville TV.
Terre Haute South, 21-21. We're going to take a short 60-second timeout.
We welcome you back to Bloomington High School North overtime here. 21-21, Terre Haute South and Bloomington North. As you see the captains for both teams going out onto the field for overtime for the toss. Something new for us. We've not had an overtime game in all the time we've been doing this.
Yes, we have. We've had one. I'm pretty sure we've had one.
I don't remember that. I
We've
think
had
we've
too
had
many-
it in basketball, but I don't remember that for sure.
Going to overtime here.
You know, we've done this for several years, so sometimes it just all becomes a blur.
They played some good games here recently, Brent. Last year, Bloomington North won 21-10. Terre Haute South won 27-21
So
2 seasons ago. In the final game, both teams were winless going into that final game, but it was, you know, a
Trying to-
entertaining game between those two. 27-21, Terre Haute South won.
So it's 21-21.
Bloomington North won 21-17.
Trying to wonder if this is the college.
Yeah, this is the same as the college rules.
So each team gets a possession. They're going to start at the 10-yard line. And then who?
So, quick update here on what we see in overtime. Both teams will get 4 attempts, four downs.
Here we go. Here's
from
the
10-yard line.
first and 10 at the 10.
Yards. Here's
This
the
is
handoff.
Jace Dressler, and he is going to get right into the end zone for the touchdown.
On first and 10.
So there is Jace Dressler with the touchdown,
And again, no play clock at all.
as there is no game clock. Now Bloomington North will have to punch it in, and if they don't, this will be over.
Now, another rule, I do believe, after the second overtime, if it's still tied.
And it looks like Orion Rochelle, she will kick.
So in the third.
In the third,
Yes.
right. So that
That's a
may-
college rule. I know that
Yeah,
too.
I think it's in high school.
So Rochelle with
Should
the
know that. You
extra
were coach
point.
last year.
That's true, and I do believe.
And
like
it
the
is
county
up.
overtime games, there's the kick, and
And good for Rochelle.
Good. So Terre Haute South.
So it is
will take a
28-21.
lead. Their first extra point of the game. Their other 2 touchdowns had come on with 2-point conversions.
So now Bloomington North has to answer, and if they don't, this is over.
And their first. That's their first lead of the game tonight, Brian.
it is. And what that does,
And
it takes away
it
the
is
field goal.
actually hard to believe it's Terre Haute South's first lead of the game, and it comes here in overtime.
You know, try to score.
So
It's been a long climb for the Braves.
So now Bloomington North gets it, first and 10 at the 10.
So Bloomington
Reese
North will have it
Lozano,
now
the
from
freshman.
The same at 10-yard line. First and goal.
This is like
from
the
10.
college rules. Lozano
Here's Lozano
going to the
throwing,
end
looking
zone,
for the end
up,
zone. First
Steinfeld.
there.
They do not call pass interference, incomplete.
And I think that is the right call because both of them had the rights to that pass and they just knocked into each other. There was no pushing or anything like that. I am okay with that call.
Like one of your athletes try to go make a play.
Second and goal at the 10.
Ball does put yourself in a slight bit of a hole here now, being second and 10, but this play's big.
Second and 10 from the 10-yard line.
Lozano.
Center. And in the backfield with him is
Gets it
Heiting.
to Heiting, and he gets
Had
stuffed.
a lot of room, but makes something out of
And
it.
then the ball is
And
loose.
He might have fumbled the ball. If he fumbled the ball, it's over.
The ball is
Terre Haute says
loose,
They have it, and it is.
and that is over. Bam Heiting has fumbled the ball. Terre Haute South recovers, and this game is now over. Terre Haute South has recovered the ball, and this game is now over. Terre Haute South wins it 28-21 here in overtime. What a monumental
That is a heartbreaking
mistake,
loss.
heartbreaking mistake for
Man,
Bloomington
that is a
North.
tough way to go.
And
Set us up
it's
with a 2-minute timeout.
and it was on just a simple fullback dive as well.
As we look at the highlights from this game, there is Cade Loffman. Reese Lozano, the freshman, had a wonderful game. As you see, makes a great play out of nothing. And then he finds Aaron Steinfeld with just a jump ball play in the end zone. Collins Turner has a great game for Terre Haute South. Gets out.
We're going to take a 2-minute timeout.
Then
When we come
Turner
back, we will begin
throws
our
it
post-game
deep
show.
to Casey Bender for the touchdown.
Spirit 95.
Turner, great job. Just has to throw it. They called a pass interference on Bloomington North. And then there is Turner getting hit out of bounds. And then the touchdown to Kenyon Schulte. And then Schulte, right after that, comes up with the interception. And then the ball is loose. And then there's the Loftman to Troffman or Trueblood pitch. And then Lozano just finding Steinfeld 3 different times, going to the end zone. Unsuccessful. Jace Dressler with the run here in overtime to seal the deal. Orion Rochelle's extra point makes it 28-21, and then Terre Haute South wins this game 28-21 in overtime. For all the hardworking women and men behind the scenes, for Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. Have a safe and happy Labor Day weekend, and good night from Bloomington North.